Coming up on Discover Oklahoma, destinations you might drive right by, but don't, like this warehouse wonderland, or this cafe disguised as a gas and grocery, or an out-of-the-way town where the coffee shop and the town's murals both deserve a closer look. Plus a used bookstore worth an afternoon, and a vintage motor inn you don't want to motor past. So hit the brakes for these great destinations coming up next on Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dino Lalli. Right now we're looking for a hidden spot in Tulsa that is business on the outside but party on the inside. Oh, I think there it is, and we just passed it. And do you need some directions?
No, Dino, I got this. I got this.
Okay, well that's, and you thought men were the only ones who wouldn't ask directions. How about that?
Hey, look, there it is, right there.
Okay, all right, we got it.
No directions needed. But hey, I will tell you this. If you didn't know this place was here, you could drive right past it.
It would be easy to do, I have to admit, but that's why you watch Discover Oklahoma, right?
Here we are.
All right, so we'll pull up, and I think we can just go ahead. I think they're waiting on us, as a matter of fact.
Let's get out and check it out.
All righty. Hi, are you Sarah?
Yes, hi, welcome to the event center.
Dino, Lalli, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Lauren Nelson. This place is amazing. Look at all these awesome signs.
I love
Thank you,
that.
thank you.
I
Come
can't-
on
I
inside.
can't wait to see what you have on the inside, absolutely.
Okay, so Sarah, when did you all start collecting all of these signs?
Approximately 40 years ago, originally this was a billboard company. And so we painted and constructed all of our signs here. We had sold most of our company in 2003 to Lamar. So this sat empty. So we had all these signs, decided to hang them up and started having parties. So originally, not so much the neon, we had a lot of petroleum signs that are outside. So then we just branched out and started collecting local stuff. 80% of this is from Oklahoma. A lot of it's from Tulsa. That Dixie Rooms is from 3rd Street. That was the brothel next to the Maze Rooms.
Oh my goodness.
One of my favorites back here is the Spartan Rexall. That's from Dawson out by the airport. The lounge here, that was by the Tulsa World downtown. And a lot of these the DeSoto, the Dodge, Plymouth, Studebaker, those came from places around Oklahoma.
What kind of parties have you all had here?
Okay, well, we have corporate parties, we have Christmas parties, we have birthday parties, weddings, baby showers, we have proms, graduations. Life celebrations have been a big thing.
I would imagine that a wedding here and the reception here can be a lot of fun.
Well, I hope so. They keep coming back, so I hope so.
That's a good sign when they keep coming back.
What was maybe your motivation for gathering all of these signs here and then opening it up to the public?
Probably just for people to see it and enjoy it. You know, every time I come in here and see all these things anew, it's really exciting. It's a new day.
Stokely Event Center is just off Highway 169 and the Broken Arrow Expressway in Tulsa. Book your next event at travelok.com/Stokely Events.
Our modern highway system makes it so easy to get where you're going, but way too easy to miss some of the great things along the way.
That's right. And so the next time you find yourself in a little town like Alva, take a few minutes, grab a cup of coffee, and take a look around.
That's what Discover Oklahoma did with the help of videographer Chris Cook, and it was well worth the stop. Name a more iconic pairing than a freshly baked pastry and a cup of coffee. You can find that perfect culinary combination and more at the Vanilla Bean in Alva.
Well, we're a coffee house, bar and grill. We offer every kind of coffee, latte, frappuccino, iced coffee, anything like that that you would want. We also have a full breakfast. We have eggs Benedict, breakfast platters, avocado toast, smoothie bowls.
The coffee at the Vanilla Bean has become so much more than a break time essential around the Alva area. Not only do they offer a wide assortment of drinks, but a variety of staple sandwiches, wraps, salads, and dishes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner highlight their broad menu.
Our eggs Benedict and our avocado toast are probably two of our really big sellers. Lunch, I'm gonna have to say the club. Our chicken salad is homemade every day. It's amazing.
Teresa's husband prefers the hotter dishes.
If you like spicy stuff, it's the chicken wrap. It's the flamethrower. As far as hamburgers, it's probably a mushroom and Swiss is one of the big sellers too.
Homemade and fresh are not listed on their menu, but they are two of the biggest and most important ingredients of all the pastries and the bread, the majority of which is baked by Teresa's sister-in-law. Just look at this cinnamon raisin bread fresh from the oven, and you can almost smell that sweet aroma, can't you?
You really enjoy the homemade bread, and I feel like everything is just really well done and fresh ingredients, homemade, and the wait staff is very good. They always make sure you have everything you need, and it's a great experience.
There were no coffee houses in Alva, but Teresa and Dustin saw that as a need and decided to fill it. Now they fill up cup after cup of tasty drinks to their loyal customers. And they add that the community has been supportive from the beginning.
It's a great town, college town. I love the college kids. We have college kids that come here. It's just, everybody's just really nice.
Well, when we first started coming here, we tried everything that we could out on the menu, and we found our favorites, and most of the time I get the salads here because they're really good, and the avocado toast I know is really good too.
Is it a morning brew with a pastry or breakfast, a filling lunch, afternoon pick-me-up, or an after-dinner conversation topping off the day that is most desirable? Well, the vanilla bean elevates those qualities, all of which are certainly worth your time.
First of all, we have the atmosphere is amazing, I think, and I think our staff is amazing, and our food is very, very good. If you just want to take a road trip and come here, I think you'll be very happy. It's worth the drive.
While I'm waiting on a slice of that homemade cinnamon raisin bread, Lauren, give us a look at Alva's ingenious public art.
Roaming the roads of red carpet country, you can meander through Alva, where the drive will become a work of art.
It's just amazing to have something artistic, historical, interactive that draws people here, but also entertains the people that are here and just gives us something special.
Murals are peppered throughout the downtown properties and all across Alva, depicting the history of this great northwest Oklahoma town.
I think the most important thing is sharing history and getting people involved in history. And if we don't do something like the Mural Society is doing by sharing these tidbits of history, then we're going to lose it.
Boasting more than 20 murals, these works of art are ones you will want to stop and see for yourself.
We have a beautiful downtown square. Not everybody has that, and we have so many murals here that are just in walking distance.
I've got a teenage daughter, and she loves to go around and use the murals as a background for her selfies. And I've seen that with a lot of kids.
The Alva Mural Society was founded 25 years ago, and with it began this collection of public art. Jimmy Ritchie has been here since the beginning.
This is Fred Winiger. These are all Alva people who paid donation to have their face on the mural. And way in the back, this guy is me. We copied our approach from Toppenish, Washington, and we borrowed one of their artists, Roger Cook, and the first mural was The Run, depicting the run into this territory in 1893.
The goal of the Mural Society is to make Alva a more interesting place to visit. I'd say they accomplished what they set out to do.
It helps Alva because it brings people into the community. They're eating, they're fueling up, and they're even staying in our hotels.
Next time you find yourself in Northwest Oklahoma, don't hustle through. Take a break and enjoy the view in Alva.
A lot of the murals, I think, are very fine art. They turn your head when you drive by them, and I do that even after all these years.
But don't just drive by. The Alva murals and the vanilla bean are worth hitting the brakes for and spending a little time. You can find both at travelok.com/Alva Stop.
And while you're at travelok.com, click on Request Free Brochures and ask for the 2022 Travel Guide with lots more great places around our state worth hitting the brakes. It's free and they'll mail it right to your door.
Still ahead, 2 roadside restaurants you might miss if you don't hit the brakes.
I'll take you to the Castle store where you could just stop to fill up your car and miss filling up on some of the best chicken and catfish around.
We'll also stop in for smoked ham at an Okie classic you may have driven by 100 times and said, should we stop there? The answer is yes.
And then we'll take you to an old classic Route 66 Motor Inn, now open once again. We'll be right back to discover more of Oklahoma.
There are some things you just can't contain. Oklahoma Today magazine is bursting with culture. Mind-blowing restaurants, trips, adventures, and so much more. Open your copy, then hit the open road. Unleash your curiosity. Set your spirit free. Subscribe today for only $14.95. Oklahoma Today magazine. Break through the ordinary.
You're on.
Oh.
Hey.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. This week we're checking out some destinations that maybe you've driven past dozens of times but have never hit the brakes for.
And you know, we get so busy that we spend way too much time on our blasted phones. We forget what a joy it is sometimes to sit down with a good book.
Or how about a few thousand of them? We've found an old school reading treasure trove tucked away in a Tulsa strip mall. Aaron Christie and videographer Brian Boone have a review of Gardner's books and comics.
At Gardner's Books in Tulsa, it's evident the minute you walk in. This is more than a shop for used books, but an experience for the whole family and run by people with a serious love for books.
I love the people that I work with. I also love the customers that come in. It's a learning experience every day, and I'm always constantly learning something.
Since opening in 1991, it's now the largest used bookstore in northeastern Oklahoma, with 23,000 square feet of books, comics, movies, CDs, toys, and more.
Oh, you'll spend hours here. It's great entertainment. You will likely walk out of here with a box full of something.
Manager Leanne Townsend first started working here 30 years ago.
Walked in into a tiny little bookstore and kept coming in, and the owner said I should just hire you because you're here so often. And then we just grew and grew. We'd knocked out walls, knocked out doors, and built bookcases, and just kept adding on until it's the size it is today.
They need the size to fit their homage to pop culture. You'll find Darth Vader and Yoda while walking the aisles, and comic book fans will marvel over the displays.
There are 4 giant Hulks throughout the store, red and green. We even have a zombie Hulk. His toe was broken, so that idea was born, and he was refurbished as a zombie Hulk.
Each literary section is unique, from the colorful kids' room, complete with gumballs, to the horror section with a body outline and some interesting categories.
We traditionally have decided that horror needed to be in the deepest, darkest recesses of the bookstore, and it's very fitting.
Gardner's hosts regular book signings for local authors and other events, like presentations by the Marble Man, Randy Coker.
Do you have any idea how many marbles you have?
Oh, mercy, no. I think the last time I counted, I probably had somewhere between 15 and 20,000. Yeah, I've got buckets full at home, so I'm not going to run out of marbles for a while. So.
Did your wife think you'd lost your marbles?
Yes, she has.
He'll talk marbles as long as you let him, and can detail every one of them. Believe me, I picked this one at random.
That one there is a corkscrew. It goes all the way around the marble without intersecting, and it's a corkscrew marble. That was made in the 1920s.
Really?
Yeah, by Acro Agate. It's almost 100 years old.
That marble?
That marble there. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, those are some of the first machine-made marbles. They started making machine-made marbles in the teens, and then by the 1920s, they were perfected really well.
He encourages the passion by giving away marbles to kids when he's there, just as Gardner's hopes to plant a love for book reading for generations to come. In Tulsa at Gardner's Books, I'm Aaron Christie for Discover Oklahoma.
Take your kids and grandkids with you to Gardner's. They'll especially love the comics, and you can find the scoop at travelok.com/Gardner'sBooks. I remember traveling with my family as a child, of course, and my mom would say, hey, do you want to stop there? And my dad would just keep right on going about 70 miles an hour and would not stop.
Me too, but your dad, my husband does that today.
Oh my goodness.
But sometimes you just got to slow down, smell the ham smoking, and pull in for a sandwich. Deanne Stein and videographer Tommy Evans did just that at Robertson's Hams.
The large sign is simple yet effective and just curious enough for people to want to stop and check it out.
The thing that really got me, I guess, was the ham sandwich. I love ham sandwiches.
And now it's on his list of pit stops while traveling.
I've been seeing Robertson's ham sandwiches along the stretch of the road for 7 years and just never stopped. This just happened to be the day.
And he didn't regret it.
Oh, it's wonderful taste, good flavor.
I could tell you the mile marker, what exit. And I've told a lot of friends about this, and they do stop.
That's exit 200, if you're wondering, right off of I-40, where Linda Bloomer and her husband opened Robertson's Hams back in 1971.
That's the store.
We lived in a mobile home behind it.
And that sign, interesting what it says.
Yeah. Ham sandwiches, I think, were like 55 cents, and coffee was free.
In 51 years, the store has come a long way, but still offers its simple menu of quality meats that they get from the Robertson family in Marietta.
It's about 16 hours in the smokehouse. And you know, it's just a process that they don't cut any corners. You know, they're not worried about getting out volume as much as quality.
In the case, you can choose between 2 varieties of turkey, 4 different sausages, and sugar-cured hickory smoked ham. They also offer bacon, breakfast sausage, corned beef, and pork loin. You can get anything by the pound or grab a sandwich.
You know, our sandwiches, they've always just been kind of a byproduct of being able to taste the meat.
You can get anything off the menu all day long, like the Country Boy, their top seller.
So after we do the ham, our Country Boys, we put on our cheese. So our Swiss American cheese. Then we put on our summer sausage. It's our most popular sausage. Do you want to try one?
I do.
Part of it?
I do want to try some of it.
All right. All of our condiments, we let the customers put on themselves.
You don't really need anything with this.
No.
I mean, really, like you said, meat, cheese, and bread.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so flavorful.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
While most people just grab and go, the family has expanded the store to give customers a comfortable place to sit and eat with their new silo-inspired dining area and clean restrooms for travelers.
I lived here when they moved in and built the store. I've been coming ever since. I particularly like their Reuben sandwich. It's a good one.
Along with the meats and sandwiches, the beef jerky is a big draw and comes in 3 different sizes or a sample bag. The family ships year-round to anywhere in the United States and some military bases. But when you stop in, you can also buy some made in Oklahoma products.
This jelly behind us, it's a little man and his wife from Okemah, Oklahoma, that they do at Custer Farms. They do a great job.
Robertson's as a whole is a favorite.
Yeah, you know they're getting something good, and that's what brings them back.
You wouldn't think a little small place in Oklahoma would have that many customers, but yeah, that's a fact.
And it's planted them here on this corner for life.
This is where the Lord wanted us.
In Seminole, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
There are 2 Robertson's hams in Oklahoma, one south of I-40 on Highway 377 near Seminole, and one on I-35 at Highway 320 near Marietta. You can find both at travelok.com/Robertson's Hams.
Our next stop is at a vintage motor inn that just got a new lease on life.
And then I'll take you to a gas station grocery hiding a good little restaurant not too far off I-40. I bet one of the voices in this next story might sound familiar.
Hi, Dale. Good morning.
We'll be right back.
What's inside our free Oklahoma travel guide? Artistry for all 5 senses, magic around every bend, and powerful waves of inspiration. Order or download yours at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma.
We are coming to you from the Stokely Event Center in Tulsa, where you can give your next event a rockin' backdrop.
You can sure see it in the dark when all the classic neon is lighting up the Tulsa sky. It's quite a sight. But if you didn't know it was here, you might miss it from the highway. And that's the theme of this week's show, places you've driven by forever that are worth hitting the brakes for.
Deanne Stein and videographer Brian Boone tell us that's true for the Classen Inn Motel near downtown Oklahoma City.
If ever there was an Instagram-worthy shot, this one's it. Or maybe this one. Or this one?
Every day we have people come in to just do photo shoots.
Because at Classen Inn, you can't help but be drawn in by the eclectic vibe and pop of color at this boutique-style motel.
Everyone's having a blast.
Situated along Route 66 in downtown Oklahoma City, the Classen Inn was built in 1963, and today it's the only renovated motor inn in Oklahoma, and you'll even see the original restored sign out front.
The plan from the beginning was to restore it back to 1963.
Using a local architect and designer, the building was repaired and repainted in an array of chartreuse, electric blue, and light pink colors. Inside the 17 rooms, the vintage theme continues to set the mood with murals and artwork done by local artists.
It was all custom, the beds, the headboards, everything was custom made, the benches. The wallpaper was brought in by the designer. Everything just kind of flows together.
All rooms are furnished with a queen-size bed and offer clean, bright bathrooms with walk-in showers. Oh, and then there's the snack area. While the building itself is almost 60 years old, each room is filled with all the modern technologies you'd expect nowadays.
Free Wi-Fi, our TVs are smart TVs, so you can hook up your Netflix, your Roku, whatever you need to do there. So we have brought some modernization into it.
The property also offers a superette in the lobby where you can unwind with a collection of drinks including wine and beer from local breweries. You can also find snacks and kitschy gift items.
It's just a fun place, see something different that you don't normally see in a hotel lobby.
When it's time to explore the city, you can ride one of the complimentary bicycles. After a bike ride around the city, you can come here under the patio for a hot dog and drink. Thank you.
Let's just get out there, have some fun, enjoy yourself. We have some companies who will just do a happy hour. We do sell beer and wine. It is self-service, but we sell it in the lobby. You can take it out there, help yourself have some refreshments.
The patio offers a quaint space with lounging areas and these cute swinging flamingo chairs, elevated designs with all the vintage charm of this motor inn.
It gives you a little bit of pride to know that it's a restored building. Yeah, definitely a fun project.
And for you, the guest, a fun stay. At the Classen Inn in Oklahoma City, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
Book your stay at the Classen Inn Motel through travelok.com/Classen Inn. We have one last place you'll want to hit the brakes for.
And this one is right off I-40. It looks like a gas station grocery, but hidden inside is a restaurant serving up top flight chicken and tasty catfish 6 days a week. We'll be right back with that story. In Oklahoma, the #1 cause of accidental death of children under 5 is drowning. So if you are in or around water this summer, be sure to have the kids in life jackets.
And if you're at a state park and don't have life jackets for your kids, you can borrow one. Let's all work together to keep our kids safe this summer.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We are at the Stokely Event Center in Tulsa.
We're just off Highway 169 and the Broken Arrow Expressway in a Tulsa industrial park. You could drive by here 1,000 times and not see it.
And that's the theme of the show this week, things that you might zoom on past in your car. But I'm excited about that because I got a 9 out of 10 on my driving test.
You did? Excellent work, Dino.
Well, the 10th guy was able to jump out of the way at the last minute, so.
So congratulations to him.
Yeah, he was really happy about that. So let's go ahead and head on to our next destination, the community of Castle, population 106. It's just north of I-40 near Okemah. Videographer Tommy Evans and I found the Castle store is way more than gas and groceries. The Castle store serves up home-style cooking every day with a side of small-town hospitality, reminiscent of some eateries where I grew up in McAllister.
You have to go 16 miles one way, 30 minutes another way, and 8 miles another way to get any other type of food. So I wanted to make sure that we had a good variety, that we had something to offer everybody.
What's offered is flavorful food. You won't find any mystery ingredients. Well, the breading is a secret, but it's all served up without any fancy plating. Their specialties?
We have chicken and catfish every day, so it's always on our menu. Some days we'll run it as a special and tweak it a little bit, do some extra sides with it, do different sides with it, but we always have fish and chicken on our menu. There's not a day you'll come in that you can't get our fish or chicken, so we make sure that.
Their catfish is so good, Garrett's husband, Justin, who never eats any kind of fish, loves it here. I asked him what made the difference.
Because the girls bread it right. The breading is perfect. The fish is always cooked just right. They know how to keep it flaky, keep it good and fresh. If that fish stays very long out, they put a new batch in.
The Castle has daily specials which change week to week. Today's was a brisket sandwich. Another one of their specialties is their fried pies, and they have lots of homemade sweets on hand, including cinnamon rolls the size of softballs. I'm very picky about my cinnamon rolls, but these just hit the spot. Now, this is also the kind of place where you will rub elbows with the locals, and of course, Garrett and her staff know just about everybody. Now, during our interview, well, just listen.
Hi, Dale. Good morning. Thank you, John. Good, how are y'all? I like when I know everybody that walks through that door. I can call them by their first name, ask them how their spouse is, how their kids are. You know, their kids go to school with my kids. We go to church together, whatever. And I think, in essence, that really fulfills me. It allows me to serve my community.
What's so special about this? You have little mom and pops all over the country that cater to the local people, and that's what Garrett and her staff do. They make you feel like you're special.
Garrett also has some special customers on occasion, from Evan Felker, lead singer of the Turnpike Troubadours, acclaimed writer, director, and producer Sterling Harjo, who posted on his Instagram account, quote, "The best catfish you'll ever eat." Also, Garrett and the Castle Store have hosted Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell's quail hunt for the last 4 years. And a big fan of Garrett's fried pies here at the Castle Store is none other than Reba McIntyre, who is also Garrett's aunt.
Well, the first time we got fried pies in, I posted them on there, and I posted me eating one, and her comment was, "Those better be at Thanksgiving." So, there you go. And they were, and they were at Thanksgiving.
If you ever find yourself at the intersection of Highways 62 and 48 and you're hungry not only for food, but some good old down-home, genuine, old-fashioned country hospitality, you need to mosey on in to the Castle Store. Of course, you can go ahead and get gas and groceries while you're there, and you can find it through travelok.com/Castle Store. Now, did you recognize Garrett Smith's voice before you knew she was Reba's niece?
Oh yeah, it's so obvious. She sounds just like Reba.
She does, in fact. And right now, Garrett is very heavily involved in the planning of Reba's new restaurant in Atoka. It's going to be called Reba's Place, and it's tentatively scheduled to open later this year, and we will keep all of you posted.
Well, thanks so much for joining us for Discover Oklahoma, and thank you to Stokely Event Center here in Tulsa for hosting us this week. Until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.
All right, how about a game of pinball?
I am on. I am in, ready to go. I haven't done this in a long time.
I'm not very good at pinball. Ooh.